Alright. Welcome back to another video. We got the E7 anniversary part 1 starting up. Oh, I think part 2 might be bigger, but we're gonna go over the unit kits first, and then we're gonna go over all the things that we're getting so far, because it's a little bit different from last year's. I was wondering how would they top last year's anniversary. It's very hard to do that, but they managed to give us some extra things, and it's only part 1, so we expect way bigger things. So let's go. We're starting with Argent weighs Hua Young.
That I can't surmount.
All right, just getting gold.
I'm here. Who's a little cute? Let's see if I still got it.
Effectiveness. I wonder why she has effectiveness for the team, but yeah.
Hua Young, the leader of the biker gang Sura, who
Nope.
retired from the role following her injury. While trapped in the trauma of her injury, she ends up joining a summer boot camp.
Trapped in the
Vice
trauma of her
Leader
injury.
Kim's
I don't know.
suggestion.
AI is funny.
When she sets her sights on the restless waves and bright sun, she kicks up the Argent waves.
It's a nice
finds
S3
herself
animation. She
riding
got a
the path
sea
of
bike.
Sura once again.
What do you call those? What's the actual name? Jet ski. Yeah.
Argent Waves Hua Young is a 5-star ice elemental.
Okay, she has decent speed, like a bruiser level speed, high attack. No, she's a Leo though. So yeah, Leo, that's nice. And she has 15 effectiveness. Wait.
Thief. She has high attack and
Does
a
she have
critical
debuff?
hit chance, and can increase her critical hit chance through her imprint
Oh, she has
concentration.
crit chance imprint, bro. You're gonna have to like dupe her out, man. But she already has crit chance in her awakenings, but that extra crit chance from the getting triple S. I have a few slates sitting around, so I can slap those into her.
Skill 2, Advent of the Sura.
Alright.
After an ally uses a non-attack skill, activates Swallow
Okay.
Kick on the enemy with the highest defense.
So this is probably clearly to try to go after Arunka. This is one of the attempts, but let's see. We have to see how good it actually turns out. But yeah, after now using a non-attack skill, which is not an enemy ally, so one someone on her team uses a non-attack skill. She activates Swallow Kick on the enemy with the highest defense, right? And then Swallow Kicks, after granting increased attack to the caster for 2 turns, attacks the enemy by leaping forward, increasing combat radius for the caster by 20%. Penetrates the target's defense by 50%, and when the caster has vigor, she gets an extra turn. Okay.
Swallow Kick. After
Let's see.
granting increased attack to the caster for 2 turns, attacks the enemy by leaping
I should probably
forward
let that read out
and
before I
increases combat
do my.
readiness of the caster by 20%.
It's only
Penetrates
damage.
the target's defense by 50%. When the caster is granted vigor, grants
Let's
an
see the
extra
damage on Arunka here. 12k.
Obey.
Wait, but that's 12k. Hold
When
on.
the caster is granted vigor, grants an extra turn.
I see they're trying to bring back Conqueror Lilius too, but 12k guys, and that penetrates defense, and there's Emma Ilanov here, so that's supposed to do way more damage than that, because the pen resist. So I want to see what it's gonna look like without Ilanov on the team into an Arunka. I'm gonna be pulling her for
Skill
sure.
3, Argent Flash. Attacks all enemies with a water scooter
Okay.
and increases combat readiness of the ally in the battle
4-turn
by
cooldown.
50%. Grants vigor to the caster for 2 turns.
So she has a 50% CR push for whoever is in the back line. And she gives vigor to herself. Okay. So, I don't know. Can this work on a turn 2 scenario where you wait out the... She's a thief, right? So she's going to be not that tanky. I don't know if she's going to survive too long. Especially with like things like Rinak around in the meta, right? She's blue as well. But... she gives herself vigor, and then you can probably try to use that in a turn 2 scenario. Get somebody to proc a non-attack on your team, and then activate her again, and that's gonna push her up, right? She's gonna get an extra turn from it. And then S1. I want to see how that works.
Attacks all enemies with a water scooter and increases combat readiness of the ally in the back row by 50%. Grants vigor to the caster for 2 turns.
Yeah.
When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt.
So she did soul burn here, and it did quite a lot of damage.
When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt.
Did decent for an AoE skill. I don't know if there's Aureus on here. But no, she can't be Aureus. Is there Aureus on Ilnav? I don't know what Ilnav is
Skill
on.
1, Lightning Kicks. Attacks the enemy with kicks and dispels 1 buff.
Yeah, she has a strip on S1. I wonder if that has like some counter synergy. Like whenever I have an excuse to try and play counter, I want to do it, bro. I don't know why.
Attacks the enemy with kicks and dispels 1 buff.
She doesn't have pop damage though, so if that BBK, so she didn't strip the BBK. She didn't strip the BBK because because she would hit the BBK and strip it, and then the BBK will still live on like one health, right? Somebody stripped it beforehand.
Argent Wave's Hua Young's artifact is
maybe
Summer
Kong, not
Photogenic.
Kong.
Increases attack.
Oh, the artifact. Increases attack by 10%. I think that goes up to 15. Either 12 or 15 at plus 15. And then a 75% chance to ignore damage sharing effects. Okay, so Aureus didn't even matter in that fight. Yeah? Because she would ignore it anyways. That's kinda interesting. And this is a very heavy whale artifact, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of thieves could use this artifact, to be honest. There's you can put this on. I know a lot of people said they can use it on Riolet. You can put this on. I mean, BBK doesn't need this because BBK is using like the Gab. But imagine that on a BBK as well, who doesn't use the Alexa's basket. Who's a good thief again? Thori. You can put this on Emma Celine too as well. Because usually when you pick Emma Celine, somebody picks like a Aureus to stop you from nuking somebody down. So you can go with that. I don't know if she's gonna use it, but there's so many things. Green Sid actually in like an aggro team. There's so many things I can use this. It's actually ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. This is a very good artifact. I suggest anybody to just pick up multiple copies if they can. Try to get a copy on the banner. Try to get a copy in the powder shop, and then do not feed them into each other. If you get multiple on your way to getting Hua Young, like if you say you're summoning and maybe you pity Hua Young and you get 3 artifacts, don't feed them into each other. Keep all of them and bottle them up, because I think a lot of people could use this.
To 20%.
Yeah.
When attacking, if the target is not an elite or boss monster,
Can use it in
has up to a
PvE, yeah.
100% chance to ignore damage sharing effects.
Yeah. So escort, obviously Aureus, and anybody who does anything similar, like sends damage to the front row, send damage to the back row, like those kind of units.
I'm here. Who's a little cute?
The leader who's reclaimed her title of Sura. Players will be able to meet Argent Wave's Hua Young through the limited summon starting July 3rd.
July 3rd, she's already coming. I find it really funny. I don't know if this has happened before, but this is Hua Young, yes, but this is specifically a summer unit of ML Hua Young. It's not like an ML unit of a regular Hua Young. I know they're still the same unit, but you see, it's ML Hua Young in the summer. It's not like a summer red hair Hua Young. I mean, her hair is red. You just can't see it, but you know what I mean.
Thank you.
Obey.
Let's see. So we have Ilanov in this team still.
Wish to live.
Give all that you have for the glory of Harlan.
We saw this one. There's 2. We already saw this one. Let's see if there's another one.
Come. I'll take your life.
I won't
Let's see.
fall.
Whoa. Let's see. Oh wait, this one. Oh.
I can take you in my sleep.
What just happened there, by the way? They just instantly went into. Oh, okay, yeah, they cut it, but
I can take you in my sleep.
So this is what I was thinking, right? A turn 2 team
Let's ride. Dare.
with Hwa Young in it. That's what I want to run. Arunka, just too tanky. The Sharoon presses wish to activate the Lena and then the Hwa Young, right? Arunka countering all the time, as always. Yeah, it does. Oh, it hit the ML Hwa Young. But there's no Ilinoff here this time, and it still did only 12k. There's no Ilinoff here this time. It still did the same damage. I wonder what's different here. They can have mitigation. No, they don't have a mitigation. It's still the 12k, but she's still gonna die anyways.
Doubting me?
Gets a 20% CR push up.
In the light of the stars.
Elena cuts BBK and Hwa Young both can't do anything.
This blade desires blood. You dare hurt my family? Poetic justice at its finest. You've only got your
I don't know if it's gonna play out exactly this way, but you know.
The sun's intense today.
And then he comes with the AOE.
There's not a wave out there that I can't surmount.
So she kind of counters also Bois. That's ridiculous.
This is a formidable opponent. I will. No. I must win.
I think other things that can proc her as well, it would be like
Just come all at once.
Fire Lilius would be another one. If you're fighting like non-attack units. If you're fighting a non-attack units. Obviously in RTA, people are just going to hold their skills. They're just going to hold their skills against you so you don't activate it. But you Fire Lilius, when somebody uses a non-attack skill on the enemy team, she activates, provokes them, cleanses herself, and puts up the immunity or CR pushes, whichever EE you have the immunity one. And yeah, that's going to activate Hwa Young as well. The only thing is getting a vigor buff on her. That's why I think Conqueror Lilius might come back and see some play with her. But yeah, even getting that first activation is still good enough, even if she doesn't get the extra turn right away, I think. But she also, they put her in the back row here, which means she can push herself up. She can increase her own CR by 50%. So if you give her, if you put her with like ML Pera, if you put her with ML Pera and you give her the swift attack, you can actually just put her in the back row, press S3, and she gets an extra turn right away. So that's what I was saying, right? If you can get her to go fast enough or go early enough and press S3 and then lap back around, but that won't make any sense because ML Pera will actually I'm not thinking straight. ML Pera's S3 is already gonna activate her S2. Yeah, so she won't have vigor at that time. But you could get 100% CR push. That's the thing. You could get 100% CR push and then finish off somebody with the S1. So Pera goes S3, S1. Maybe defense breaks somebody. Or whoever has the highest defense. Maybe defense break that person. Huang is going to already lower them. And then with the S3, she's going to push up herself and take an extra turn. Pretty much because of 50% CR from her being in the back. And 50% from the switch attack. And then she can kind of finish him off with the S1. I guess that can work like that. Yeah. Something like that.
Just come all at once.
That buff strip wants me to run counter, man. I want to run counter with that buff strip on the S1. Alright, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'm going to put up the Emerald Tenebria one afterwards. And then I'll put up the rewards that we're getting for the anniversary. But yeah, that's that. See you guys in the next one.